In other news, Ilya Ilin has decided he wants to try and come back and... Oh, speak of the devil. You're right, Ilya, mate. How you doing? Wait, you've got a business proposition for me. Okay, so... I've heard of Big Friday, of course. Yeah, and obviously I know what Black Friday is. Of course, we're a business. Oh, mate, that is absolutely marketing genius. So what we're saying is, it's Big Black Friday. It's up to 40% off across all stores for 1 week. Legendary. Alright, cheers, mate. Yeah, good luck for the 247. Yeah, I'll see you at dinner tomorrow. Alright, nice one. Cheers. Alright, well, you heard it there. It's Big Black Friday. It's 1 whole week. It is up to 40% off across all stores. We'll see you there. Karlos Nasar just clean and jerked 220 kilos. And some of you will have already seen this. I think we actually snuck it into a previous video that went up last week, but I never spoke about it on the news show. He's the 89 kilo, 18-year-old. He's the world record holder in the 81s. And 220 is 3 kilos over the world record. So he's clearly in good shape. He actually hit 220 kilos as an 81 kilo weightlifter in training. Obviously he holds the world record at 208. But the battle with him and Tian and Rastami, 3 clean and jerk world record holders in that category. Obviously Nino has unfortunately dropped out. He's the current world record holder. But I'm going to say right now, he's not going to be the world record holder after this World Championships. I'd be stunned if someone didn't hit, well, maybe 218, but probably more like 220 kilos at this competition. He also just hit a 270 kilo back squat single, I think it was. It looked pretty quick. So Karlos Nasar is in good shape gearing up to this World Championships in Bogota. I wanted to then take a look at the Belgian 49, Nina Sterckx. So Nina Sterckx kind of made, I guess, headlines when she went to the Olympic Games, having cut all the way down to the 49 kilo category. And, you know, she had quite an emotional moment on the platform. And she's since moved back up to the 55s. She's lifted very well. And she's coming back down to 49. But I was kind of under the impression that if she dropped back down to 49, she was going to struggle to maintain her strength. She actually looks to be in phenomenal shape. So one of the first things she's done, 150 kilos in the back squat. And she's looking diced. She's looking lean and strong right now. 150 is big. She then hit a 115 kilo jerk out of the rack, which, I mean, if we think about what that kind of equates to in terms of the top lifters, we've got these 3 world record holders in the category, Zhang Weili, Hu Jihui, and Mirabai Chanu from India. Now, those 3 are all capable of between 115 and 119 in the clean and jerk as an absolute max. We haven't really seen anyone else in that chasing pack. And the chasing pack, I'm talking about the 2 US lifters, Jordan and Haley. I'm talking about Nina Sterckx. I'm talking about Giulia Imperio. We've not seen any of them sort of get up to that 115. We have seen them in the high 105s to 10, but 115 looked easy. And then 119 for a triple in the front squat looked very fast. And then about a week ago at the Belgian Championships, Nina hit a 110 kilo clean and jerk. Now 110 is the most that I think any of the others have made. Jordan did 109 once. Haley, no, I think it's 109 is the most from the trailing group. So if Nina's able to do over 110, that 110 did not look hard. I think that she's going to be the person who is most likely to challenge the podium spots from those 3 world record holders. She could easily, I wouldn't be shocked if she turned up and snuck a bronze. So she's looking pretty unreal right now. Let's take a quick look at the GOAT, Liu Xiaojun. Now, the big news with him is that he's not competing at the World Championships. I've seen various people now say that he is going to be there fulfilling a coaching role, which I think is interesting. I wonder if, you know, there are a couple of categories, lots of categories, where there's more than one weightlifter from Team China. Obviously, Shi Ziyong versus Li Dayin is one of them, but we've also got Giga Chad versus Tian Tao. We've got Hu Jihui versus Zhang Weili. It's happening over and over again. I wonder if they are nurturing Liu into a coaching position so that when he does retire after Paris, if he goes to Paris, in what will be the greatest weightlifting story of all time, then who knows, he's going to have a national job as a coach or something like that. I think that'll be kind of interesting. Also, I actually wrote a 30-minute documentary about the life of Liu Xiaojun, and I was going to have it made for this World Championships, and then he isn't on the start list, so I'm going to save it for Asian. So stay tuned for that. But very quickly about Liu's training. That whole sort of week progress video seems to have come to a close after 9 weeks, but it's still going on the Instagram. They keep posting lifts, so I want to go through a few different things. 2 weeks ago, he failed a 240 kilo back squat, and then a couple of days ago, he made 240 kilos. And he probably made it with the same speed or similar-ish speed to the 260 that he did in the training hall at the 2019 World Champs when he did the 207. Maybe it was a little bit slower. I would say that he's probably, it looks like he's almost within 90% of his strength. I mean, 90% of 260 is 234. So, like, I mean, he's kind of already around that number, which is crazy. And then that's beginning to get reflected in his strength list. Sorry, not his strength list, his competition list. He just snatched 150 kilos. His best sort of in the last couple of years, 174 world record that he hit at the Asian Champs. So again, 24 kilos off, not quite 90%, but what is that, like 85%? Something like that. So he's not far off. I'd say he's probably 85%, and he's in the lighter 73 kilo category. So that's pretty impressive. He hit a 160 clean and jerk. Obviously, he doesn't stand up the jerks at the moment because, well, I suppose there's some kind of pain that he feels when he stands up jerks, and the most difficult thing about a squat jerk normally is the stabilizing of the squat jerk, not so much as standing. I don't think I've ever seen him miss a jerk standing it up. So Xiaojun in pretty good shape. Let's stick with Team China. Tian Tao, who is going to the World Championships in the 89s, posted a 200 kilo clean and jerk. And again, I think this clip made its way into a recent video of ours, but we didn't talk about it on a news show. I think what's really interesting about this is just the approach to the bar. Like, this is clearly not the most weight that Tian has hit in training recently, just by the way that he walks up to it. He's laughing, he's joking with people off camera, even right to the point where he's basically set up and he's still having a good time. This is a very routine lift. It's possibly on the way up to something heavier, even just that day. I think, you know, we've had plenty of debates on the podcast recently about what's going to happen in this 89 kilo category with him and Karlos, and obviously Rustami, who's got the most impressive clean jerk world record of them all, 220 at 85. And I think we tend to all think Tian probably has the highest ceiling right now, but he's not necessarily the one to make the most weights or the most attempts. So I think that's going to be a phenomenal competition. We just haven't seen him in shape since 2019. I mean, he's just not been in shape since then. You know, he turned up to the Asian Champs a year and a half ago out of shape. He was like low 70s, 210, something like that, in clean and jerk. So I'm very excited to see what he can do in his sort of preferred body weight area. I have no idea what he's snatching right now. I have no idea. I hope that he's in the mid 70s, but we're going to have to wait and see. That is a session that you cannot miss. You cannot miss the 89s at this World Championships. I think it's going to go down as an instant classic, but we'll see. You can get your tickets to that down below, by the way. Okay, let's go back to the 49s and quickly talk about Giulia Imperio. So she just hit 125 kilos and then 130 kilos in the back squat. She's looking pretty strong. She then also did an 80 kilo snatch, looked very snappy. She's also the sort of lifter who I feel like at some point she's going to have to snatch 90 kilos, 88, 87, 88, something like that. And it just hasn't happened yet for her at 49. But she looks strong enough to. I just think what's crazy is how the difference in strength between her and Nina right now. I mean, Nina's 150 was unbelievable. Giulia's very strong, but I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's head over to Germany. We have Max Lang. Not everybody's, a lot of people's favorite technician. He's a great lifter. He's a very nice person as well. He's competing at 73 at this World Championships. He may not even be in the A session, which is kind of crazy. He just jerked 200 kilos. That's 2 kilos over Shi Ziyong's world record. Back in the day when he was a 77, maybe an 81, I remember he jerked 214 kilos, which was, because it was a world record, so he must have been an 81 at the time. So it was like a 7 kilo world record at the time, which was crazy. He's always had a phenomenal jerk. I mean, his lockout, his foot positioning, his weight distribution is impressive. So yeah, very good stuff from him. Oh, also, if you're wondering why I have all of this out, it is Black Friday at Weightlifting House. We have up to 40% off everything on the stores. It's also 75% off your first month at Weightlifting AI with code Black Friday. So go pick up some cool Weightlifting House things. Grab gifts for people for Christmas. If you've got, athletes that you train with or coach, whatever, go pick them up something nice and support Weightlifting House as we try to go to every single competition and bring you every single elite session live and on demand, like this World Championships that we're about to go to in Colombia. Let's return back to Lee Sang, South Korea. A lot of you sort of newer fans of the sport won't maybe even remember Lee Sang, but I'm sure most of you do. He was such an exciting weightlifter for a period of time. I guess partly his popularity came from the fact that he looked great, like extremely lean, very muscular, but he's back and he looks like he's in great shape. And you haven't seen him really in a long time properly. He just hit 182 kilos in training. Bear in mind he's a 67. The world record is 188, Pak Jong-ju. The leader of this category at the World Championships is going to be Chen Lijun, multiple-time world champion, Olympic champion, world record holder in the total. But, I mean, who else do we have in the 67s? Okay, so there are a couple of Thai lifters who've put in massive entry totals, which are, those are big. But then we've also got, Dostan Kubov and Adkamjan Ergashev from Uzbekistan. Both of them are international medalists, junior world record holder. Francisco Mosquera, Lee Sang. Yeah, so he's going to be right up amongst the medals if you can put in a big clean and jerk, which is exciting to see him return in hopefully such good shape. Okay, 2 more lifts, and these are big ones. The first, a 220 kilo push press. Some of you will have seen the 195 from Lasha. I'm doing a separate video on Lasha's training at the moment because he's becoming more exciting than I thought it would. But Varazdat Lalayan from Armenia, the #1 super in Armenia, because of course Gormanasian, who was having a hard time beating Lalayan over the last year, has moved to Bahrain. So now it's Lalayan and Martirosyan, the 109 total world record holder, the 2-time Olympic silver medalist in the 109s /105s. So Lalayan, 220 kilos push press. I mean, he's got strong shoulders. Like, I got that video of him doing the 130 seated press where he sits on a stack of plates, just muscles it up, just straight up reverse curls it, and just presses it with ease for a couple of reps. So he's very strong in the shoulders. And then the last lift I want to go through is Lesman Paredes, 165 snatch double. Now he means business. I mean, he worked up to 160 for a double before the Asian Championships, and then he hit the 182. And then, this 165, this reminds me of when he was warming up for the 187 world record at the World Championships last year, where the first snatch is a snatch and then the second is a pow. It's not a power, but it's also got the intention of being caught as high as possible. It's not rock bottom, it's a pow, as some of us now call it. So he's looking to be in great shape. I know that he wants to snatch 190 kilos. I went out with his coach, actually, at the Asian Championships. We all had some food. It was me and Max and the weightlifting house team, and she was there with us, and we were talking about his sort of career, his goals. He will eventually move up to 102, but right now his goal is one more time at this category. This will make it 6 straight wins if he makes it. But yeah, he wants a 190, and I think he can get it. I think he can open up 180, and then will he do 88 first for a new world record and then 190? I don't know. He tried 190 last year at Worlds and didn't make it, but I think he's going to get it this time. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite weightlifters for sure. So yeah, 2 things I'm going to say right now. 1, it's Black Friday, so go get yourself some really cool, slightly lower price, up to 40% off, all of our stuff, accessories, books, grab your presents for your fans, then go get a ticket to the World Championships. It's early bird price right now. It's $13.99 for the entire championships, live and on demand. I can't wait, as you can tell, because I'm making so much content about it. It's because I'm obsessed with this World Championships. Go listen to our podcast as well if you want more sort of in-depth just conversation about what's going to happen. All right, guys, really appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time. In other news, sorry, 1 second. Toma, how you doing? You getting on all right? Whoa, slow down. Yeah, I understand. You think that weightlifting's getting a little bit boring, you need something big to come back for. That's what the World Championships is. Okay, you need something bigger, something even more exciting. Okay, how about this to motivate you back for it? Big Black Friday, up to 40% off across the entire weightlifting house stores for 1 whole week. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, that's pretty big, right? And we'll see the 120 if we do it. You got yourself a deal. Alright, cheers then, Toma. Alright, yeah, I'll see you in Colombia. Alright, bye. Well, there you heard it. Toma needs some motivation, and we've done it. It's up to 40% off across the entire weightlifting house store for 1 week. It's Big Black Friday. We'll see you there.